Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the YouTube broadcast from TSSR Live of sectional basketball, boys class 2A from Canton in the Alice Ingersoll Gymnasium, affectionately known as the Alice. Tonight, the Notre Dame Irish will battle the Rockridge Rockets in a semifinal game. Tomorrow night here at 6 o'clock, it will be Peoria Manual against Macomb. And the winners will face off on Friday night. I'm B.J. Stone. Alongside me tonight, one of the voices of the Canton Little Giants during the regular season, Justin Nelson, also getting a crash course on how to run the computer here tonight for TSSR Live.
I'll get my technology experience for my son.
That's good. They know more about it than we do. Tonight, a good battle between the Rockridge Rockets, who were winners of the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament, and the Notre Dame Irish. Notre Dame comes in with a little bit of size advantage, particularly on the post, where the Irish feature 6'9" senior Eon Dillon. Rockridge with nobody at that height. They come in with a starting lineup that will feature nobody over about 6'2", if I remember correctly. I don't have their heights listed in the program, but we're very soon to hear from Kevin Stevenson, the public address announcer here at Canton, as he introduces the starting lineups. And we'll also be taking a break. Are you ready to try your first break?
I will attempt it.
As soon as we get to the anthem, due to rules and regulations, we have to take a break during that. So hang on here momentarily. We'll see what they do first, if they're going to do the starting lineups or the anthem first.
They'll
Generally,
do the anthem first.
They do the anthem, right. So the officials are currently meeting at the scorer's table. You see the Rockridge Rockets on your screen right now. Johnny's got them up there. They'll be to the bench on our left and wearing the white. They will also be the home team in tonight's game on the scoreboard. Rockridge cheerleaders will be down to our left, and Notre Dame cheerleaders and bench will be down to the right. Those are the Irish you see on screen. They'll be wearing gray tonight. Blue numerals.
Green, aren't they? I can't see.
Decent crowd for our first semifinal of 2 this week. And at this time, we'll take a break. We'll be right back with the starting lineups on TSSR Live. Presented by MDH.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I thought about the staff of MDH, they're all good. And you get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you.
And we're back here at Alice Ingersoll Gymnasium for the
Throw it to Kevin here in a minute.
for the 2A sectional semifinal between the Peoria Notre Dame Irish and the Rockridge Rockets, and we will throw it over to PA address announcer Kevin Stevenson for the starting lineups.
2024 Boys Class 2A Sectional Basketball Tournament. Tonight's game features Peoria Notre Dame with a record of 14-17 and Rockridge at 25-6. Let's meet the starting lineup. First of all, for the visitors on the scoreboard, Notre Dame. At guard, number 3, 6'1" junior Teddy LaHood. guard number 4, a 5'11" junior, Kate Hudson. At forward number 20, a 6'5" senior, Tommy Graham. At forward 21, a 6'9" senior, Owen Dillon. And at center 33, a 6'8" senior, Elliot Lynch. Notre Dame is coached by Tom Lockard, assisted by Stephen Bradshaw, Patrick Keller, Marty Stenich, Jason Whalen, Jay Whalen, Matt Gerardo, and Corey Severe. Now let's meet the starting lineup for Rockridge. At guard number 3, a 6'4" junior, Caleb Kunico. At guard number 4, a 6' junior, Landon Wheatley. At forward 24, a 6'2" senior, Carson Fleming. At center 33, a 6'5" senior, TJ Wilson. And at forward 34, a 6'4" junior, Landon Bull. Rockridge is coached by Jordan Harris, assisted by Kyle Chandler, Patrick Dillon, Corey Freeman, Brian Heath, and Jeff Henry. Mark DeMarzio and Dan McGann.
All right, welcome in once again. TSSR Live, presented by MDH, bringing you the entire Canton sectional this week. If you want to chat with us, watching on YouTube and the chat bar, you mentioned some things to us. We'll try to give you a shout out during the game, and that'll be there forever. Every time you go to watch YouTube, you'll see the chat we had during the game. Center jump happens, and Rockridge controls the tip. They come in with a record of 25-6 under Coach Jordan Harris. Notre Dame going to try to double the ball right off the start and put some pressure on, and Rockridge now sets up the offense, and they go right to a four-corner look. Their starters, as you heard Kevin tell us, number 3, Caleb Kunico. Number 4 with the ball now is Landon Wheatley. 34, the very talented Landon Bull. They turn it over. Irish back the other way, and they almost turn it right back over. Also out there for Rockridge will be number 24, Carson Clemmy, and 33, TJ Wilson. For the Irish, 14-17, and we'll tell everybody how these two teams got here in just a minute. The Irish have Ted LaHood wearing number 3. Basket inside on an offensive rebound for Owen Dillon, number 21. Kalen Hudson's number 4. Tommy Graham, number 20. And Elliot Lynch is number 33. Foul called on the outside on the Irish.
Foul number 3, Caleb Kunico, his first, team's first.
Got the wrong side, Kevin.
Foul number 3,
Ted LaHood got the foul for Notre Dame. Both teams have a 3 and a 4 starting at guards.
Yeah, makes it a little confusing.
Yeah, for those of us who haven't seen him too much, it can be. Here's Wheatley dropping it down low. Shot blocked inside. Give the block to number 33 for the Irish, Elliot Lynch, and Tommy Graham came down with a loose ball. Irish going to try to use that size advantage. The fact that they're 14-17, though, you wonder how they got here. Well, they played a very, very tough schedule to get here, as they often do, playing 3A and 4A schools in their conference. There's a three-pointer well off. Bull with the rebound, and he'll run with it. Notre Dame defeated Eureka 67-46 in the quarterfinals of the regional. Then they beat Normal U-High 49-28 before defeating El Paso Gridley last Friday night 47-30 to win the Peoria Notre Dame regional. Meanwhile, Rockridge got here by beating Monmouth Roseville on the 21st. They were buyed into the semifinals. They beat Monmouth Roseville 48-33. And then beat Mercer County, coming from behind to win. A low-scoring game at halftime. Things picked up in the second half, and Rockridge won that one, Justin, 43-40. So they've been battle-tested here already in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. So I got the privilege of seeing them play a couple times over Macomb, and they weren't real flashy. Didn't blow teams out, but they got the job done any way they needed to get it done.
And mentally tough. Program's been good for so many years. There's a lob pass to the weak side. A little bit too tall for Tommy Graham, and he's tied up. Possession arrow favors Notre Dame. Notre Dame leads it 2-0. You see the clock there on the right-hand side. We'll be there all night. Hopefully we don't shake the camera off its moorings.
Nice pass.
Good look inside, and the Irish go up 4-0 on a bucket by Caden Hudson. They come out with pressure. Good look down low, but they can't hang on to it. It was last touched by the Irish. So the Rockets will inbound it from underneath their own hoop. Kevin Stevenson, the longtime public address announcer here, welcoming the crowd, telling them the first game played here. Three-pointer no good from the wing. Notre Dame rebound. First game played here came in 1930 between Canton and Peoria Manual. And Peoria Manual will be back here tomorrow night to take on Macomb. And they've played here a lot over the years.
They have.
The Rams have. Three-pointer no good. Rebound and a run out for the Rockets. And Landon Bull bowls his way to the basket. And it's 4-2. 4:45 to go first quarter. Chat with us on YouTube.
Oops.
Let us know if we're having any issues. So far,
Minus
it looks
the
to be so
score
good. What's that?
It's a minus my scoring issue. I accidentally hit it twice, gave them 4 points.
Just teasing people.
It's not a Globetrotters game. They don't have a 4-point shot.
Long range three for the Irish. Taken by Ted LaHood is no good. Rebound Rockets back the other way. And they will try a three from the wing, and that will roll off the backside of the iron, and a foul will be called. That's going to go on Rockridge. Their first team foul, and it goes against
T.J. Wilson.
T.J. Wilson, as Justin said, his first, and he'll check out. Balin Lehman's number 12, a junior, comes in. He'll check the big man down the corner. Quite an assignment when you turn around and look at the guy you're guarding and you see the word Irish at eye level. Pass goes inside, nice look. And Elliott Lynch is on the board for Notre Dame. Irish 6, Rockets 2. Inside 4 minutes, first quarter. Bull kicks it out in the corner to Cunico, and eventually it works its way back to Bull. Looking underneath for Lehman, a little bit too far in front of him. Can't control it, out of bounds it goes. Turnover Rockets.
Number 2,
Notre Dame makes their first sub. Thatcher Hogan, 5'9" junior. And he briefly handles the ball before giving it back to his backcourt mate, Caden Hudson. Oh, down the baseline, they get the drive and the slam for Owen Dillon. Timeout Rockridge, they lost him on the baseline, 8-2. Notre Dame early, 3:31 to play. Should we try playing a commercial?
Sure, why not?
Let's give it a shot.
I chose MDH. We moved here and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC, have a vaginal birth after C-section. And the doctors here do encourage that. And so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
Give a quick shout out to Garrett Thumb. Says he's glad to see us guys come back to Fulton County.
Having a little fun up in the 100-degree heat here in the Leon Gruber press box. It is warm.
Long sleeves are probably not a good choice.
I asked Leon, I saw him last week during the girls sectional, if he could turn on the air conditioner up here, and he just laughed and said good luck to you. Another turnover for Rockridge.
This would be a great place for wrestlers to come cut weight.
Oh my. Just come here and sit on their phone for half an hour and lose 10 pounds. we're both used to doing radio games. We can take some time and breathe and let the fans just watch here tonight. Landon Bull picked up his first foul. Hey, nice move out of the corner by the big man to spin away from a defender, but missed the three, and Bull grabbed the rebound. 2 fouls now on Rockridge, 1 on Notre Dame. Notre Dame continues with the half-court press. A kick into the corner for 3, and that's good. Rockridge gets their first 3 of the game from Carson Clemmy. And it's 8-5. That cuts the lead in half.
Carson Clemmy, 3.
Notre Dame almost threw it away, but a good save on the sideline in front of the Rocket bench. You know, in the baseball dugout, we don't help anybody coming towards the dugout, and it looks like the Rockets didn't help either. Off balance. Had to move the pivot foot to keep the balance, and the travel called on Notre Dame. Back out goes Lehman's. Back in comes Wilson for the Rockets. It looks like it's a 1-2-2, but it's kind of shaped oddly on that zone press. They're trying to disguise it a little bit. Here's a sub for the Irish, 14 for 33. That means that number 14, Jack Campbell, checks in for Elliot Lynch. Lynch at 6'8". Dillon at 6'9". Give the Irish great size inside, particularly at this level. Got a foul down underneath. And I think that's the young man who just checked in, picking up that, trying to keep his player off the block. That's Jack Campbell picking up his first. Second team foul on the Irish. Bull, he can shoot it from out there, puts it up deep. That's no good. Rebound tipped around, and Notre Dame controls. Irish on the push. Oh, nice move, but the shot wouldn't fall. Wanted to foul on the contact, did Caden Hudson. And the Rockets back the other way. Bull down the right side of the lane, scoops it up. Too strong. Rebound controlled by Dillon, and he wants to slow things down. He'll bring it up himself.
Best way to slow it down.
Keep it yourself and don't give it to anybody until you're ready. Notre Dame runs a little weave out top. Rockridge in a man-to-man. Minute 14 left in the quarter, as you see. On the baseline, Notre Dame on the drive. Not able to get through the lane. Stepping on the baseline means it is Rockridge ball. Been a lot of basketball games played in the Alice Ingersoll Gymnasium over the years. Nice look from Bull down low to Wilson. Wilson able to get it to go. It's 8-7. The lead is down to 1. And straight across from us, high up on the wall, it shows the Canton Little Giant boys basketball victories in history. It's 1,608. Oh, pass was telegraphed and stolen. And a foul on the way to the basket committed by Campbell to prevent the layup for Landon Wheatley. Campbell will get his second. Third team foul on Notre Dame. Campbell will have to come out. And Wheatley will go to the line to shoot a couple for Rockridge. Chance to tie it up and give them the lead. Girls side, the banner says 625 wins. So the home team has won 2,200 in 33 games in this place.
Not sure where that just went.
Oh, the scoreboard and the clock? All right, I'll call it from here. You'll find it.
I have the clock.
Just keep clicking buttons. 8-8, first free throw good, second one rolls out. We're tied with 38 seconds left in the quarter. Irish coach Tom Locker barking out instructions from the far end. And the big man, Dillon, will pull it out. Did you find it? Look at you.
I did, but I gave Rockridge too many points.
So it's 8-8, 15 seconds left. Notre Dame looking to start pushing towards the hoop. Drive right side to the elbow by Hogan. Spins it back to Dillon for three, way off. Bull with the rebound, still 2 seconds, and they will not get a shot off. 1 quarter in the books. And it's a good one. Notre Dame 8. Rockridge 8. Back after these on TSSR Live, presented by MDH.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We are now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
Getting ready to start quarter number 2 at the Alice in Canton. IHSA Class 2A boys sectional play. Tomorrow night, the other semifinal, the Macomb Bombers will be in here to do battle with the Manual Rams out of Peoria. 1-2-2, extending past half court now for Notre Dame. Rockridge gets it to Bull. He fires it all the way in the corner to Cunico. Back to Bull at the left elbow. He'll come right wing with it. When I said that, it didn't have the right ring to it, so I had to change it to the right wing. Yeah.
We knew what you meant.
Rockets being patient right now. They're set up in a 1-3-1, and Notre Dame showing some man principles with a lot of switching, almost like they're staying in the zone. They want to keep the bigs back inside if they can. Bull, ball fake, drive, kick, 3, too strong, foul. Caden Hudson's going to get whistled for that one. If the shooter was indeed well beyond the three-point line, he'll get 3. And indeed, Caleb Cunico will get 3 free throws. Number 3 for 3 right here. People say that's a new thing, BJ, with that three-point line to get 3 free throws. Actually, in the 60s and 70s, the NBA flirted with a rule called 3 to make 2. And as soon as you made 2, you were done. But you got 3 chances to do it. Why they did it? I don't know if they want to admit it, but I think they had a lot of guys that couldn't shoot free throws very well back in the day.
They still have that.
2 out of 3 for Cunico, and the Rockets have their first lead at 10-8.
I promise this will go up there eventually.
Got some more chatting going on over there. Garrett says summer basketball was always a nightmare, and this hot gym had to go outside to cool off. I completely understand that.
That is a true story. That figures.
Jay says he wants to try to keep it zoomed out. Well, Johnny's down below us, Jay, so we'll try to get the message to him. Appreciate that comment. Yes, we will be here for the Manual game, Garrett, tomorrow night. Pretty much the same crew, I think. Friday, Colin Davis will be along, and I'm going to keep my mouth shut and run a camera. I've got WIU games on Thursday and Saturday. That's a lot of talking for an old man. Notre Dame basketball down for the first time today. Go ahead.
Yes, I know it is 10-8, but I cannot get the 1 point off the scoreboard right now.
So it's officially 10-8 in favor of the Rockets. No good down low for Notre Dame. Rebound Wilson. Rockridge again. Get to the timeline and they settle down and set it up.
There we go.
Look at the spacing for Rockridge. You see them really using the space of the half court.
And yes, it is the second quarter. I finally got it adjusted. I'm learning.
Attaboy. First night on the computer for Nelly. He's usually a radio computer guy.
It's a little bit easier. A few less buttons to click.
Good pressure by Notre Dame out near midcourt. Rockridge able to beat it. Bull is getting a break right now and replaced by Lehman's. There's a steal for Notre Dame. 5:31 to play. First half, rather low scoring. Good defense being played by both sides. Not a lot of fouls yet. Scoreboard says one each, but I have 2 each side, don't I?
There's only been one this quarter. They reset.
Oh, that's right.
They got
That's
them
right.
reset.
That's that high school college thing.
College women, men don't do it.
No, the college thing where the 20 minutes and the fouls just keep adding up.
Yep.
I like the women's game rules with the 2 10-minute quarters instead of the 20-minute halves, and I like the high school rules where they reset the fouls at the end of the period.
Although I'm not sure it's sped the game up like they intended.
Shot clock will finish that off when they finally accept it full time. I raise my hand in favor of it. I always do.
I know there's some discussion too within the National Federation of High Schools with the fouls, changing it to 4 and 7. 4 for one-shot fouls, and after 6 or 7 foul, they'll go to 2-shot.
Interesting. Notre Dame missed a decent mid-range jumper. Back the other way, drive, and a foul called on the drive.
Foul number 20. Tommy Graham is first.
Graham picks up foul number 1 for him. Second team foul of the period. 5th foul of the half on Notre Dame, but only 2 towards the bonus here in the quarter. First free throw, no good for Landon Wheatley. He'll get another. Second one rolls out as well. We stay at 10-8. We've been stuck here since the first bucket early in the second quarter. Irish will swing it around the perimeter from right to left. Now a drive inside by LaHood. He'll kick it into the far corner to Graham. And then a foul called inside. Before the shot signified by the official, so it'll go out of bounds underneath. Clemmy picks up his first. So for Rockridge, Clemmy, Wilson, and Bull, their front line all have 1 foul. There's, again, a loss of balance as the young man put the ball down on the floor. That was Elliott Lynch, who gets whistled for the walk.
I believe both teams only have 1 foul this quarter, correct?
Well, they both have 2 now.
That's why I couldn't tell if I was off or they were off. It's probably me.
3:45 to the half.
When you talk about minuscule numbers, I can hardly read the fouls on there.
Bring your cheaters next game. We got more people chatting with us. Go ahead and read them off.
Let's see. James Harris. Rockets need to pick up the tempo. I'd agree with that. I like an up-tempo game. And also the shot clock next year will help with this slow tempo.
Yes, it will.
Totally agree with that as well. Although I've seen it a couple times in tournaments.
Second foul was whistled right there for Notre Dame's guard number 4, Caden Hudson. Third team foul of the quarter on the Irish. Foul was called on the perimeter, no shot. It'll be out of bounds to Rockridge out of this timeout. We'll just keep it here. And a lot of people chatting with us. I've called it up on my phone as well, so I can look too. And they've got, yep, appreciate it. We've got a whole bunch of people watching.
Oh boy, you had to tell me that. Make me nervous.
10-8, as you see, with 3:21 to play.
As BJ said earlier, feel free to hit up the live chat, but take it easy on me. I'm a rookie operator at this, so.
Everybody's always very nice in the live chat. Get a lot of good tips and compliments and good constructive criticism when we do something silly.
I still think I saw the best line I've ever heard about a bad call in a game the other night when between DMAC and Peoria Notre Dame girls in the sectional title game. I don't remember which team it was, but the ball went out of bounds, and it should have probably went the other way. And the chat was, I didn't know the refs gave up carrots for Lent.
Wow.
It was like a mic drop.
Out of the timeout, Rocket basketball. We approach the 3-minute mark of the first half. Just 2 points scored here in quarter 2 after an 8-8 first quarter tie. There's a 3 out of the corner. That's too strong. Rebound. Wilson had a hand on it, not able to corral it. And Notre Dame comes up with it. And the Irish will come back the other way. Dillon finally got that rebound. The hood goes to Dillon on the right side. They kick it in the corner. Now whip it around the perimeter. Here's Graham. Eventually back into the hands of the point guard LaHood, and now to the left wing. It goes to Dillon. Into the corner. Rockridge very patient, very disciplined on defense. Shot was no good. They had the rebound, but coming from underneath, good play by Owen Dillon to force the jump, sneaking in, and the possession arrow favors the Irish. So if you can't get the offensive rebound, stay with it, get the jump, get the ball back.
So a couple comments from James Harris. First, he's watching his son Jordan Harris, the Rockridge coach.
Yep, who has great
He's
shoes
from
on, by the way. You
Savannah,
can
Georgia.
see him over there. What's
So
that?
James is from Savannah, Georgia, so thank you for tuning in. And he also said the refs are doing a terrific job letting them play tonight. So.
Yes, they are. It's been a well officiated game, as you hope, at this level. We haven't had to mention them at all. It's sad, but that's when they're doing their best work. There's a 3 for the Irish. They regain the lead 11-10. Elliott Lynch drains that one. And we're inside 2 minutes to the half. Lynch has 5. And Notre Dame has the 1-point lead, and the Rockets are in no hurry again. Watch Notre Dame back in the post. A lot of talking, a lot of communication, a lot of arm waving. They want to keep certain guys in certain areas and not get them out of position. Wilson has it poked away by LaHood. He leads Dillon. Dillon bounce pass cross court and a beauty. And Liam O'Neill scores his first bucket of the game for the Irish. 13-10 Notre Dame. High post. Back outside it goes for Rockridge. Clemmie plays catch on the outside with Wheatley. Wheatley bumped by LaHood. Back to Clemmie. And Wheatley. And again, down to 40 seconds. Clemmie puts it down the floor. Tries to throw it underneath to Kaneko, and as he was falling out of bounds, tried to bounce it off one of the Notre Dame players, and the Notre Dame player caught it. So it's Irish ball. Irish will now play for one shot. 15 seconds on the clock. Right wing. LaHood. Further right, down into the corner. Here's a drive and a kick across. Back to the right corner. Lefty 3 on the way. At the buzzer. Comes up just short off the front iron. We are at the half. And it's Notre Dame 13, Rockridge 10. Main sponsor of TSSR Live is McDonough District Hospital out of Macomb and McDonough County. And we have interviews that we play with them during halftime. If you can find one of those, Nellie, we're going to put that up for a little bit. And we'll be back with half number 2 in less than 10 minutes here on TSSR Live. Don't go away.
As you know, MDH is our title sponsor here on TSSR Game Time Live, and we're here with Lindsay Douglas, the Director of Physician and Provider recruitment. I about left out provider out of that. So physician and provider recruitment here at MDH. It's a huge mouthful for me, so explain to us what that is.
Sure. So I am in charge of bringing in candidates for both physician and provider positions here at MDH. So provider meaning anything like nurse practitioner, advanced practice nurse practitioner, physician assistant, things like that. So I source those candidates, bring them in, and try to find the best providers and physicians to provide care at our facility.
So you found a home at MDH. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? How long have you been here? Stuff
Sure.
like that.
So I am from Macomb originally. I graduated from Macomb High in 2009, graduated from WIU in 2014, studied communication there, and started my career in politics and worked for a couple different state representatives and state senators. Then found myself in the educational realm for a little while at the Regional Office of Education, and eventually found myself here at MDH. I started here in February of this past year. I started out as patient advocate, and this role opened up, and I'm now in the role of Director of Physician and Provider Recruitment.
Obviously, McDonough District Hospital, very important to Macomb.
Sure.
And it's the communities not only of Macomb, but Bushnell, Colchester, Blandonsville, Industry. You're from here. So what was it that drew you back here and got you to stay here at MDH?
So MDH is like home to me. I am a fourth generation MDH employee. So my great grandma Nancy Weaver was one of the first nurses that they hired when the hospital opened in 1958. My grandma started working here maybe 10 to 15 years after that. She started as a CNA on acute care, and then she worked in peds, and eventually she worked as the unit secretary for home health and hospice, and she retired from that position after being at MDH for a total of 50 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah. My mom is here as an administrative secretary. She's Brian's administrative assistant. And so I'm now here as a fourth generation employee of the hospital. So it was kind of a thing where I always thought I might end up at MDH just because of that family legacy of working in healthcare.
So before we came on camera, I heard a story. You guys were at a speaker recently, and you got to be there with your mom.
Yeah.
Does that make it really special to be a part of MDH, to still have your mom working here?
It's so cool. My mom is down the hall from me. So if I need something in the middle of the day, I can run down the hall and grab her. But it's also just cool to think about like the legacy that leaves in the community, especially being fourth generation and female. I think that's just a really special thing for my family and for this community here.
So as we look at those kind of, you have a personal connection here. How do you use those personal connections when you're out trying to recruit a physician or a provider?
Sure. So I use the story a lot of my office, actually. So I'm in room 318, which was a room for patients at one time, and now they've converted it into an office space. And one of my favorite stories to tell physicians is that my great grandma was sick in the hospital and was in that room, and that's where my grandma was recruited to join MDH. So my grandma had no plans of working in healthcare, but she was taking care of her mom as a sick patient. And the nurse at the time came to her and was like, "You are such a great caretaker. Why are you not a nurse? Why are you not doing this as your full-time occupation?" And so my grandma decided that healthcare would be her lifetime and like 50 years. And so she started working for MDH and was recruited right out of my office. So I just find that to be a really special connection when I'm looking to bring people to this community. Like the recruitment started in this office 50 years ago. And here I am starting a whole new legacy of recruiting people. And I just am so passionate about this community. And I just love living here. I moved back here from Quincy, chose to raise our family here just because we really love Macomb and we really love being in McDonough County.
So obviously the personal touch, you got the great personal story. You love Macomb. What does MDH offer to the providers and the physicians? What's the sales point for you on the professional level?
So because we're a small rural healthcare organization, your voice is heard here much louder than when you're in a large organization. So when you're in one of those larger hospital systems, you might be one of 15 to 20 providers in a specialty. At MDH, you might be one of 2, you might be one of 1. And so your voice in that medical staff office is going to be the loudest one in the room about your specialty. And that's a really unique situation for a physician to be, the main voice for speaking for pediatrics or for speaking for orthopedics or whatever that specialty is. You're it. You're the guy. You're the one providing the care for the whole community. And you don't get that if you go to a large healthcare organization.
So those bonuses are probably obstacles in some cases as well.
Sure.
So how do you overcome those obstacles?
It really depends on the provider. If someone is really wanting to be in a place where they're just in the background, they don't want to be that main voice, I kind of have to tell them, this is unique. It's a unique community where you're going to go out into Walmart to get your groceries and run into one of your patients, and you're not going to find that everywhere. And that might be scary for you, thinking about, well, I don't want to mess somebody's care up and then run into them and have to explain it to all of Walmart. But it's just, you can also sell that as you're not going to go to Chicago and work somewhere where you're going to run into your patients every day.
Well, Lindsay, I appreciate you coming and talking to us today. Hopefully some people can understand more about MDH and how it's such a family-oriented business and so important to McDonough County and the surrounding area. Keep doing a good job, and maybe your little girl that wanted that 100 chicken nuggets can be the next generation to join MDH.
Exactly.
Well, we'll be back after halftime here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
We welcome you back into coverage on TSSR Live, presented by MDH, of the Canton Boys Class 2A Sectional. First of 2 games this week, semifinal style. Notre Dame leads at the half over Rockridge by a score of 13-10. Tomorrow night, it will be Peoria Manual and Macomb. Game at 6 o'clock. Winners will meet Friday night, and the winner of the sectional will meet the winner of the Beardstown sectional down at the Bank of Springfield Center in Springfield, Monday, March 4th at 6 o'clock. The potential teams going there to meet the winners here: Pleasant Plains and Alton Marquette are playing tonight. Auburn and Williamsville play tomorrow. Their winners also will be meeting on Friday. So that's what's going on in this part of the state in Class 2A. Class 1A, Dwayne Hulett, the mastermind behind TSSR Live, is over in Abingdon. And let's see here, that is part of the, not Charleston, which super sectional was that? Jacksonville, I think. There it is, Jacksonville Bowl. In Abingdon tonight, Peoria Heights, Coach Jimmy Jordan against Camp Point Central. Tomorrow, Illini Bluffs, Coach Clay Voss and his club against Peoria Christian. And then the winners will meet Friday night, and they'll go, the winner overall of the sectional will go to the Jacksonville Super Sectional at Jacksonville in the Bowl on Monday night. I love the Jacksonville Bowl. One of my favorite places to visit. There's a lot of fun there. Very similar to Lewistown has the bowl, Bushnell has the bowl. Here in Canton, as Kevin Stevenson announced before the game, this gym was built in the late 20s, and the first basketball contest here took place in 1930. Peoria Manual beat Canton 18 to, what do you say, 16 or 17?
18-17.
In overtime. Yep. We aren't careful. We're going to be in that 18-17 range here tonight as these two teams.
Back then they might have had peach baskets too. But
these two teams battle it out defensively, both doing a great job. Wanted to give a few more shout-outs. Go over to the chat section when you're watching the game on YouTube tonight and jump in. Love to hear from you. Tucker says, let's go Tommy. I can just hear the Irish coming right there. And Tucker is watching from Annapolis, Maryland. Welcome in, Tucker. Second half underway with Rockridge moving from right to left in the white jerseys. They have the ball, and they have their starting 5 on the floor, which includes number 3, Caleb Cunico, number 4, Landon Wheatley, 24, Carson Clemmy, 33, TJ Wilson, 34, Landon Bull. They're very patient in the first half, and they start with a patient possession and get an easy look inside to Wilson as Notre Dame's defense came up off the baseline a little too far. Good patience for the Rockets.
Oh, I'm struggling with the computer. I'm looking at the scoreboard while I'm adjusting the score on the computer, and they're not the same.
13-12. Notre Dame starting their original starting 5 as well. 3, Ted LaHood. 4, Caden Hudson. 20 is Tommy Graham. 21 is Owen Dillon. 33, Elliott Lynch. LaHood, bank shot from outside from 3 doesn't go. And then it's knocked out of bounds and last touch by Notre Dame. Some contact. Wheatley falls down awkwardly, but no call on the foul end of things. Officials complete control in the first half in a well-played game. Just not high scoring. You know, it's high school games without the shot clock. Sometimes they struggle to score. There's been some college games recently. What Bradley and Illinois State played a 48-45. Exciting for some, a snooze fest for others. And then the NBA doesn't play any defense right now, and you get scores way up in the hundreds. Got to be a middle ground somewhere. Landon Bull drains a 3, and Rockridge has scored the first 5 of the second half to jump out front by a score of 15-13 after scoring just 2 points in the entire second quarter.
You know, I think some of that, neither team shot real well. They've got open shots. They just haven't shot well. Some of that probably nerves this big game.
3 from the wing for Rockridge after an offensive or a defensive rebound and a miss is no good. Then an offensive rebound and 3 put up no good by Clemmy. And a foul inside on the hold will go against Rockridge on the glass. It's going to go against 33. That is Wilson. And for TJ, that's his second. First team foul of the third quarter.
You know, get back to shooting too. This is a unique gym. You either love it or hate it when you come to as a shooter.
Yeah, the lights are kind of a yellowish. The floor stain is kind of yellow. That's where you kind of get a yellow hue on the floor. It's a well-lit gym, but not the best lit gym in the state. There's a 3 from the wing, too strong. Landon Bull tried to let it go out of bounds. It's saved by Notre Dame by Thomas, but ultimately into the hands of Rockridge. On the drive, here comes Clemmy. Laid it up too strong as he was bothered inside by one of those Notre Dame big guys. There's a 3 missed, and a foul on the rebound will go against TJ Wilson, his third, as he is caught on the push on Caden Hudson. Elliott Lynch did a great job on the attempt by Clemmy on the layup to force that miss. Rockridge has been able to grab a few offensive rebounds, though, here in the second half already, which will concern Coach Locker and the Irish. Wilson has to come out with that third foul, and they go back to their 6-man, Balin Lehmans. You know, you get to this level of the season, Justin, the benches get a little shorter and tighter. You might see teams going 7 or only 6 deep. So far, Rockridge has played 6. I believe Notre Dame's had 7 players out there, maybe 8. But most of the time on the floor spent by the starters. Ted LaHood on the drive. Up no good. Rebound banged around. Landon Bull down with it, and he wants to push 1 on 3. Doesn't really have the numbers. Spins. Kicks it outside. Wheatley thought about a 3 briefly. Does not pull the trigger. We're down to 4:28 to play in the third. 15-13. Your score on screen, and that clock is correct. 4:23. Lynch that time came all the way outside with Bull, then backed off. Now Wheatley will fire from the right wing for 3. That's no good. And LaHood grabs the long rebound. We noticed during the girls section last week, rims here at the Alice pretty tight this year. A lot of long rebounds. You guys get that during the year?
Yeah, they're newer this year. They, I believe they are new rims. To be honest with you, are new backboards and rims. They also added the shot clock, so the configuration's a little bit different. The standards are the same though.
one of the arenas that Western Illinois was in a couple weeks ago. The guy from their radio broadcast team, there's a foul called inside, and it's an offensive foul, illegal pick set by Notre Dame. That's going against LaHood, number 3. And that'll be his second personal. First team foul of the third quarter on Notre Dame. Anyway, they told me they set the rims at the softest allowable setting by the NCAA because they're a big, slow-moving team and they want the rebounds to stay close to the basket. You have that home court advantage to manipulate certain things. That's one of them. Nice look inside from Bull to Lehmans. He has the hoop, and Rockridge is up by 4. They have shut out Notre Dame so far and scored 7 points here in the third quarter with 3:13 to play.
Rockridge's largest lead of the night, too, I believe.
Irish trying to get a good look. Working around the outside, and they get it to Dillon. He wanted to go inside to Lynch, but Rockridge closed it up. Spinner in the lane, rolls in. Nice move, nice bucket for Caden Hudson. I agree, James Harris.
I was just getting ready to say that.
That the basketball in this state is every bit as good as that of Indiana, Kentucky. Do they both have I don't even know if they have the shot clock in those two states. I know Iowa uses it and they're very happy with it.
I don't know about Indiana. I believe Missouri does.
And I'm going to get a little biased here. The basketball in my home state's been real good lately. A lot of number 1 picks and top college signees coming out of Minnesota. There's some good hoops up there. Like to see a.
That's because they have to play an indoor sport unless they're playing hockey.
Need to have a big old Midwest All-Star tournament. A lot of basketball played in Wisconsin is very good as well. But Illinois right there at the top.
Well, I know, I think it's 7th and 8th grade level. They have a tournament coming up called the Battle of the Borders.
Really?
7 states. It's I believe it's Missouri, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, and Wisconsin, Minnesota. Some combination of those that they call it the Battle of the Borders.
And making fun of our current situation, making light of it. I'm guessing the team that wins is going to close their border. Outside, 3 taken and nailed by Lynch. And Notre Dame fights back to regain the lead after being down 4. They go on a 5-0 run. 18-17 Irish. 1.5 minutes left. Inside 90 seconds to play in the third quarter. Gunico lost it out of bounds off his knee. And it's Notre Dame ball. Notre Dame will now walk it up court. You know, this temperature up here is very hot. It's very hot down the floor as well. And these guys probably haven't played in the gym this warm. Could take a toll in this fourth quarter. There's a foul on the reach as Clemmy went for it, thought he had the steal, but his other arm was on the body of the Irish player in front of him, so that's the second on him. Third team foul of the quarter on Rockridge. Nobody's been in the bonus yet tonight. Nobody really needed to be in the bonus. The officials are calling it level both ways, doing a great job. Here's a drive. With the offhand on the left side, the layup and the hoop and the harm, as they say, into the line to shoot one more will go Caden Hudson. Foul went against Lehmans. That's 1 on him. That's 4 team fouls in the period on Rockridge, and Notre Dame's back out top after a 7-0 run of their own. Now make it 8 points straight, 21-17. So Rockets win the first half of the quarter and score 7 straight. Notre Dame has scored 8 straight here in the second half of the quarter. I believe they call that a seesaw affair, my good friend.
I don't know. I've never been on a seesaw that's actually went the other way. My side's usually weighted down.
You got to go for a 2-for-1 if you want it to lift up in the air. Or are you afraid of heights?
I just know whoever's on the other end, if I get on it, they're going flying.
Notre Dame foul on Hudson. That could be very important. That's his third. He's going to come out for the rest of the period. I would assume Hogan checks in for him. That's Hogan guarding in the backcourt with 36 seconds left in the period. Thanks to everybody for checking in on the chat. Feel free to do that. We'll try to get you mentions.
And Mike Crabtree, also watching from Annapolis, says, let's go Irish. And another plug to Tommy.
All right, we'll get a plug into Tommy. I'll tell you what, I'll get a plug for Tommy right now. Got some fantastic hair. How about that?
I don't know about that either.
Got the yeah, you don't know about that for sure.
What's hair?
Wheatley, 8 seconds on the clock. Right wing three, no good. Swept down by Lynch. Still 4 seconds. Dillon fires it down court. Bull is back playing center field to steal it. He heaves one at the buzzer, 3/4 court. It's wide left. And after 3 periods of play, Notre Dame, after falling behind by 4, comes back to lead by 4. It is now 21-17. Irish going into quarter number 4. We'll be right back after these.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
We welcome you back into coverage from the Alice Ingersoll Gymnasium, the venerable old lady of Illinois high school basketball, hosting games now in its depending how you look at things, 94th or 95th year of hosting basketball, starting with the first one in 1930. A shout out to Dante Drake watching from Charleston. Thanks for checking in, Dante. Mike Clemmy says, getting a little blurry on the camera. Part of that problem, Mike, is that very bright board across the court in front of the PA announcer and official scorer causes the camera to blur up on Johnny every once in a while, so he's doing his best to stay with it, but we appreciate that.
Not to mention the student sections are stomping on the bleachers, and it's
that'll move it around.
Shaking them a little bit.
Like Eddie Money said back in 1980, shaking.
For those of you who have never been to this gym, the side that we are sitting on are concrete and wooden bleachers. The locker rooms are underneath, so when they stomp on these bleachers, it shakes this whole gym.
Notre Dame ball to start the 4th. They turn it over. Wheatley with a great read and a steal on the pass. Into the front court, and he's fouled. And I believe that's going to go on the Irish number 2, preventing the fast break that way. Hogan picks up his first foul of the 4th quarter on the Irish.
I forgot to switch quarters on me. There we go.
21-17, Notre Dame leads it by 4. Winner plays Friday night against the winner tomorrow night, second sectional semifinal between Peoria Manual and the Macomb Bombers. There's another foul on Notre Dame. They already picked up 2 here in the 4th quarter. That one is whistled on Tommy Graham, his second. The 6'5" senior with the good hair. Also has the thumb taped up in the right hand, hopefully not causing him too much grief. Wheatley on the drive and the kick. Here's Clemmy from the wing. That skims over the rim, and it's rebounded weak side for Notre Dame by Liam O'Neill, who's back in there.
I think I'm going to pick your brain for memory here.
All right.
Who called the timeout in the first half?
Who called the timeout in the first half? I believe Rockridge did.
We're going to go with that.
A block at the basket. C.J. Wilson with 3 fouls. Didn't back down, went right up on Dillon, got the block, kept it in play, and it's Rockridge basketball. Yeah, I know they did. It was 8-2, and Jordan called a timeout. Tell you what a nice young man he is. We both talked to him over there at Macomb during the Western Holiday Classic. He wanted me to check in on one of the young ladies that he had formerly coached, who was playing for Western.
Yeah, I got to talk to him. I believe it was after the semifinal game. And
Allie,
very knowledgeable.
Very much so. Loves the game. Coached Allie Meadows. She's having a great year for Western as a senior. 3 out of the corner is good for Caleb Cunico, and it's a 21-20 ball game. Yeah, go ahead and throw away your nail clippers right now and just put your hands up by your mouth, because you're going to be biting your nails by the end of this one. Predict that right now. Here's Lynch outside. He'll leave it. Little step around jumper is no good. Rebound, Rockridge. Shot taken there by Hogan. Here's Bull. They've kept him in check today. They've kept the Bull in the pen for the most part, but he gets to the hoop, drives it through the defender, and scores it. He's a strong young man. That's going to go against Elliott Lynch. His first, team foul number 3 on Notre Dame here in the fourth quarter. They changed their guards out. The starters come back in, so LaHood with 2 fouls, Hudson with 3 are back in for the Irish. Rockridge has regained the lead. Free throw no good. Can't convert the three-point play. 22-21. Not a high-scoring affair. Starting to get very, very interesting here down to the last 5 minutes and 35 seconds. On the drive and the spin. Good look inside from Dillon to Lynch, and he slams it home, and he got fouled in the process. Basket counts. Foul on Clemmy, his third.
He's put these rims to the test a couple times tonight.
Yeah, hung on there a little bit. You're able to hang on the rim legally as long as there's a guy below you don't want to fall on and fall awkwardly.
Yeah. Oh, I was just saying he's dunked it a couple times.
But with that dunk and the three-point play conversion, Notre Dame goes back up by a deuce, 24-22.
Yes, there's a little lag in the scoreboard on the screen, so it is 24-22.
The clock, we just put a camera on so you can keep it live, and then the score, whoever is running the computer tonight, I made Justin do it instead of me. We put the score up manually. We wish we had one of those automatic score changers, but no such luck. Again, Notre Dame sitting back in the zone. Rockridge patient. They'll try to get it to Bull. He'll spin in the lane. Let one man fly by and put it up and in. Landon Bull starting to make his presence felt here in quarter 4. 9 points now for him. Can't see the entire lineup due to some air handling equipment in front of the scoreboard up to my left, but there is 9 points I can see for Bull. There's a foul on Rockridge. Goes against number 3. Kunico's first. Team foul number 2 in the quarter. Substitution for the Rockets as Balin Lehmans checks out. The starters are back in, and a foul on the rebound of a missed shot called against Notre Dame.
As I just subtracted a foul from them, but I believe that is their 14th foul now, right?
I think you're right. If that's 14 fouls, it means Rockridge in the bonus the rest of the way. The officials asking again for the number from the referee to find out if it's what number that was. Now the referee that's on the court going over to verify and double check. Got to get it right. Good job by the bench. Went against Dillon, his first. He and Lynch only have 1. Graham only has 2. It's LaHood and Hudson, the guards, that have a little bit of foul concern. They both have 3 for Notre Dame. Still 4:21 to play, and as we said, at this point, from here on, Rockridge goes to the line on any foul, even the non-shooting ones, except offensive player control. I always forget to mention that. 24 all. 3 touchdowns and a field goal for each team. Missed extra points could come up big in this one. 3 out of the corner. Good! Landon Wheatley drains the triple, and it's a 3-point lead for Rockridge. They're whipping around the perimeter, get into the right corner to Dillon. Spins away from Clemmy. Out top, Hudson for 3, straight on. That's no good. Battle for the rebound. That foul's going to go against who? It's on LaHood. of Notre Dame. That's his third.
Team foul number 5 will be going wide.
I believe I said he had 3 earlier. He doesn't. He has 3 now. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying that's team foul number 5, so Rockridge will go to the line to shoot.
So it's Wheatley to shoot. With the game tied. Wheatley just hit the with a 27-24 lead for the Rockets. Whitley goes to the line. Wheatley just hit that 3 in the last possession to untie it. First one's too strong. So far in this quarter, Rockridge 10-3. Outscoring Notre Dame. Second free throw is good. It's already Rockridge's biggest scoring quarter of the game. We still have 3:24 to play. That so often happens in these tight games. Suddenly the points start piling up in quarter 4. 28-24. Hudson yo-yoing between the rings. Right side, Lynch. And down low it goes to Thomas. Tommy has it down there and gives it back out in the right wing. And shot no good. Rebound inside, briefly controlled by Notre Dame. And they're going to get to keep it. Knocked away by the Rockets. 5'11" Caden Hudson was down there battling for it. And he will trigger it. Notre Dame sets one in each corner. Screen off of the high post. Dillon pops out in the left corner, grabs the inbound. Backs in, kicks it over to Graham for 3. That's no good. Rebound tipped over into the hands of Wheatley. 2:43 to play. Rockridge gets it set up, and they get it back to Wheatley. Now the ball on the right side. Jordan Harris working the sideline. Got an assistant coach hanging on to him to make sure he doesn't stray too far. And he'll get a timeout here to set things up. A 30-second timeout taken by Jordan with 2:27 to play. Rockridge with a 4-point lead. Justin, do you take the air out of the ball completely at this time? You keep doing what you're doing?
Well, it hasn't been a real high-scoring affair either way. You work the ball around and look for a layup. You really don't need to take any kind of outside shot right now as Rockridge. Anything in close, don't pass that up. But right now, you've got to play for a good shot. Notre Dame, on the other hand, they need to apply pressure. And if it gets down too low, they need to consider putting them at the free throw line. But 2.5 minutes is plenty of time to come up with a steal or miss shot. So
I think that Notre Dame's 1-2-2 trapping press to start the game did cause some issues early for the Rockets until they figured it out. Maybe you go back to it here and see if you can catch them.
Yeah, it's kind of what they started to do a little bit. They extended it out to the half-court line now.
Here they go. They're going to do it. Ball tip, hustling over. LaHood can't quite catch up to it.
So the key to this, Rockridge, is you have to keep somebody in the middle of the floor. Make them occupy the middle.
So LaHood is going full court pressure. Clemmy is picked up by Dillon. Has to try to look over the big 6'9" Dillon. Well, Rockridge does a nice job of going laterally back and forth across the top. They've been able to handle pressure all night, and now a foul called against the Irish.
Timeout first.
They get the timeout before the foul?
Yep.
All right, and Jordan Harris calls the timeout just as we were getting to a 5-second count, I think. He timed that one perfectly, and it's a full timeout. We'll take a quick break, and I've got to take a sip of Diet Coca-Cola. I'll be right back on TSSR Live, brought to you by MDH.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
You see the Irish getting instructions from the coaching staff, huddling there on the right side of the scorer's table, making their way back out on the court. They trail by 4. with 2:11 to play. Crunch time, as they say. Bowl inbound in the backcourt to Wheatley, and LaHood is right there. Boundless energy out of that young guy. There's Boley's foul. They'll call the bump on Tommy Graham. That's 3 on him.
James, I agree with you. These are two very well-coached teams.
Boy, aren't they? Discipline. You don't see very many mistakes on defense. Haven't seen a whole lot of turnovers in the game on offense either. Landon Bull to the line. First one hits off the front iron short.
You know, for as good as he is on the basketball floor, I hear he's even better on the football field. He's an all-stater.
I can imagine. Like that linebacker build. Second free throw, he puts more on it and gets it to drop. It's a 5-point Rockridge lead.
His football coach is a former Little Giant, Sam Graves. He's the son of my former football coach here, Steve Graves.
Baseline, LaHood in traffic, kicks it out. They whip it in the corner. Graham's three too strong, and a foul called inside on Rockridge on the rebound. And the official indicates with his right arm that the foul was called on Landon Wheatley for hooking the opponent with his right arm, kind of grabbing hold of him. That's his first third-team foul of the quarter. So still one foul to give for Rockridge. They're already in the bonus on the other end. And I believe that was Notre Dame taking a timeout.
Yeah, you take a full timeout.
They did signify full timeout. So we'll take a quick timeout as well. Notre Dame down by 5, trying to draw up a winning strategy. We'll be right back to the Alice on TSSR Live, presented by MDH.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on, so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
And now Johnny gives you a look at the Rockridge bench as they discuss strategy. 146. Let's go ahead and say it in regulation. Every time I do that, sitting courtside at Western, I get evil eye from both sides of the SID crew when I say the word regulation.
Joey wouldn't give you that look, would he?
No, Joey doesn't. Scotty Holland and Will Thomas both do. Here's a step back three, too strong for Dillon. Bull had the rebound. Triple teamed underneath the hoop, gets rid of it, gets it back, cross courts it to Wheatley. Wheatley gets bumped, no call, gets bumped again. This one will get called. And that'll go against number 3. I'm checking his fouls here. That's the 4th on Ted LaHood. Notre Dame gets LaHood, Hudson. Jack Campbell, who's played tonight, will be back. Thatcher Hogan is a junior. But their senior trio of Graham, Dillon, and Lynch trying to figure out a way to keep their senior season alive here. Down 5 and still down 5 after the missed free throw by Wheatley. 29-24. In today's day and age, boom, boom. Couple of threes, and all of a sudden you find yourself ahead and trying to protect the lead.
Yeah, Notre Dame, too. Don't leave out Demler. He's their 4th senior. He's not in the game, though.
Second free throw, no good. 29-24. On the drive, Hudson kicks it out. Back to Hudson. Got it back from Lynch. And now LaHood. Pick left from Dillon. Here goes the drive by LaHood. He's fouled on the way, and he'll shoot. 2-shot foul.
Just getting ready to say, Notre Dame does not need a 3 right now. There's 70 seconds left in the game. 5-point game. Go to the hoop.
That's the 3rd on Bull. 4 team fouls in this quarter. First free throw good for LaHood. 29-25. Minute 9. Like Justin said, they didn't need the 3. Looks like they're going to get at least 1, and yes, they get 2 from the line. And a 30-second timeout called by Notre Dame. Don Locker wants to talk to his squad. We'll keep it here. Minute 9 to play, 29-26. Glad you joined us tonight. There's plenty of room in the chat for everybody to make some final thoughts here. Let us know what you think of tonight's game. 2 well-coached teams playing hard game of basketball, and it's coming right down to the buzzer with a 3-point spread. And what do you think of Canton as a host site? Brad Hulett, the athletic director here, says he is putting again for next year. If the IHSA so chooses, there will be girls and boys sectionals, hopefully again here next year at the Alice. Volleyball had a sectional over at South Gym this year for Canton. And what Brad would really like is open it up for a super sectional. Particularly the girls' side would be a very, very good venue for a girls' super sectional.
Absolutely, and there were quite a few compliments last week after the girls' sectional about here. The girls love playing on this floor. It's a unique floor, like I said. It's also stilted. There's about 3 foot of air.
Well, there's a 10-second count. They didn't get it into the front court. There was a minute 9 out of the timeout. There's 59 on the clock now. Again, credit to that officiating crew. That time was perfect. And a timeout taken. Final timeout used by Notre Dame, I do believe Kevin said.
I must have missed a couple. I saw I missed 2.
So here we have a couple of comments. Bobby Fielding wants some happiness for the Rockets. Let's go Rockets, he says. James Harris mentioning the historical significance of this gym. Spot on. And Mark Renault, a little bit biased Mark, calls it the best gymnasium in Illinois. It's a good one.
And even Casual Line, I said, wow. Like I was getting to, this floor sits on 3-foot stilts. You can go down in the basement here, and there's a crawl space that goes completely underneath this entire floor. So it is very bouncy.
Yeah.
And
kids like to play on it because they feel like they can jump higher.
Absolutely.
There's a little bit of give there.
And the character of the floor itself, there's an occasional dead spot that you'll find.
Really?
Rarely find it, but there's one. Back when I played, this floor was shifted over towards us a little bit.
Right.
There was one right in the middle of the lane down here on the south end of the floor, and on the north end, there was one right underneath the hoop.
Well, it's a cool place nonetheless. And the old-fashioned locker rooms are mindful of Hoosiers if you watch that movie. That's what the locker rooms look like downstairs.
They've updated them a little bit.
There's a 3 from up top from Dillon, no good. Rebound Bull, trying to bull his way down court, has it poked away. There's Hudson to the hoop, got it! 29-28. Score went up on the wrong side, they'll fix that. We've got the score right on your screen there, 29-28 with 36.3 to play. And now Rockridge will use a timeout of 30, we'll keep it here. This is Notre Dame? Okay, so Rockridge must be out, because I know Kevin said last time out on his last announcement on the prior stoppage. Well, they went for the tying 3. Dillon didn't get it. Bull had the rebound, dribbled into traffic right here in front of us down to the right side of the midcourt line, and good job by Notre Dame to poke that away.
None. So Rockridge does have 2 timeouts. Notre Dame is out.
Okay, Notre Dame is out. They don't have timeouts on the board that we can follow along. We apologize. But hopefully you're enjoying the game. 29-28, 36.3 seconds left. The Irish winning a region with a record under 500 after their tough schedule. The Rockets rolled through a 25-6 season. And now it all comes down to this for both clubs in this sectional semifinal, and a foul. That's going to go against Caden Hudson. He has 4. LaHood has 4. As my coach used to tell us late in games, trying to get the ball back, you can't carry over the fouls to tomorrow. Landon Bull to the line. First one good. Lead is 2. Rockets 30, Irish 28. Second one, no good. 2-point game.
What was that regulation comment you were making?
In the corner, Hudson. Out to Lynch. Now Graham. They dump it down low. Offensive foul called. As Dillon backed in, the charge was drawn. First time we've actually seen any displeasure from either of the coaching staffs, really. Didn't like that call. It's tense time. There's 10 seconds left. And Dillon gets whistled for his second foul. Not a shooting foul, but the ball goes back over to Rockridge with 10.3 left on the clock.
James and Mark, thank you both for the compliments. We appreciate that.
Casual Illini, thanks for watching and commenting here. Tom Frampton would love to see another angle on that last one. Man, I wish we had it. Ryan doesn't like the call. Understandable. You're not going to, that's a 50-50 call. It's going to make 50% of the crowd happy and 50% very unhappy. 10.3 left in the game. Rockets by 2 with the basketball. Triggering it inbounds will be Landon Wheatley. Notre Dame pressing all over the court. Trying to get the foul, and they finally do get it, or is it a jump ball? It'll be whistled as a foul. And that'll be the 5th on one of those 2 guards, whoever got it. That goes against Caden Hudson. He fouls out with 8.1 seconds left.
James, I agree with that. My coach said the same thing. He said his late great coach, Johnny Harwood, used to say there's no tomorrow in the state playoffs.
That is absolutely correct. First free throw, no good. 8.1, Rockridge has had a couple of opportunities from the line to stretch this lead beyond one possession. They have not done that. And remember, unlike the people at ESPN who haven't figured it out yet, 4 points is still a one-possession game in today's basketball. Fouled on a 3, it can happen. It's happened a couple times in high school ball that I've been at this year. 3-point lead after the second one's good. Here comes Dillon. He'll try that 3 with 2 seconds left. Off, no good. Rebound, out of bounds, and the final horn sound. That's it. The Rockridge Rockets move to the sectional finals. They've got teachers trying to keep the kids off the court. They don't want to rush the floor down here. And both teams shake hands. What a game by Notre Dame. Battling the Rockets tooth and nail till the end.
I believe, isn't Rockridge ranked number 1 in the state?
They're up there. I don't know.
I was going to say, I know at one point in time
rankings.
they were. I don't know if they still are, but Notre Dame has nothing to hang their heads on. They played
Absolutely
a great
not.
game. You know, this was a really, truly a defensive battle. 31-28 in a varsity basketball game. You know, nobody got away from each other. I think the largest lead all night was about 4 points either way. So
It was a big win for Rockridge. They will play here Friday night against either Macomb or Peoria Manual. Those 2 schools play tomorrow. We'll have that for you on TSSR Live at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. The Rockets now, they do let a few fans go across and celebrate with the players after Notre Dame has cleared the court. By the way, I didn't do this yet, and I should have earlier. A shout out to Lane Langhoff and the Notre Dame girls, winners of the Peoria Sectional here last week. They won their Super Sectional. They're going to state. Jim Belleville from Illini Bluffs in this area has his 1A team going to state as well. The Tigers, both Tigers and Notre Dame Irish won their Super Sectional, so we wish them both the best of luck on the girls' side in the state tournament, which I believe is this weekend.
yes.
Casual Illini, you're very welcome for the broadcast. We enjoyed it very much. I love coming here and doing these games, and it's good to see some high school hoops again. Heck of a game, 31-28. Can't get any closer than that.
Tom Frampton, you're right. It is loud in here, and it gets very loud. Last week's sectional title game and both semifinal games was extremely loud.
Yeah, and for the girls sectional, they played both semifinals in the same night, and with all 4 crowds here, there were people waiting to get in for the second game because it was packed.
Yes, they were actually about 100 people from capacity in this place.
Wow.
And it holds 3,150.
3,150 skinny people. With you and me, I might only hold about 1,200.
They weren't all sitting.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to see if we can get Jordan Harris, the winning coach, to come up. We'll try and get him up here and talk to him about tonight's game. We're going to take a couple minutes, play some commercials, see if we can get a hold of Jordan, and keep it here. We'll see if we can talk to the winning coach right after these on TSSR Live, brought to you by MDH.
There's been a lot of rewarding parts working at McDonough District Hospital. I've had patients come to me that maybe have not had care in the community, care available. So with the addition of nurse practitioners lately, we've been able to add more care, and that's very rewarding to me. My hope is that when the patients leave at the end of an appointment, they leave and they definitely feel like they've been listened to, and they feel like their needs have been met, their cares have been met, and that they're going to get the proper treatment that they deserve from me as a provider.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today, and make your voice heard.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adam's Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adam's Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
Back here inside the Alice Ingersoll Gymnasium, Jordan Harris, head coach of the Rockridge Rockets, is making his way up to us right now. We're as high as you can get. We are above the bleachers in a special booth that's hung here for many years, named after the great broadcaster from Canton, Leon Groover. Your dad's even on the live chat, so. And Jordan has to make the steps all the way up here. Hey, you're very welcome for the broadcast, Casual Illinois. Jim, I feel you. Those things happen, man.
Shout out my papa, man.
Shout out to Papa.
All the way out in Savannah, Georgia, man.
Mark Renault says, I'll definitely be there Friday. Mark, you sure will. Thanks, everybody, for chatting with us tonight. Jordan Harris up here joining us. Jordan, I haven't seen you since the Western Holiday Tournament, but your kids look exactly the same to me. Resilient, disciplined. They know their roles. They don't get too out of touch with what they need to be doing. Credit to you for that.
I mean, they're an experienced group.
Right.
They believe in our coaching staff. They believe in our game plan. They believe in each other. And that's something that we keep talking about over and over and over again. You miss a free throw, trust your defense. We turn the ball over, trust your defense. Trust each other. Communicate down there.
Right.
I mean, these are little things that we preach all year that should be gone without saying, but these boys, I feel like they want it more than anybody else.
You know, kids are kids. They watch TV. They see teams with different records. They probably see Notre Dame coming in at 14-17 for the season, but you knew what you were up against tonight. How did you convince the kids to be ready for that?
I mean, on film, you can see it. We were lucky enough to watch them play down in Riverton. They played the game before us.
Mm-hmm.
And just off that, we know that they were in our regional, our sectional, and we just saw them playing. We're like, that's going to be a team that we got to play. Right? And then you look at who they played and what conference they're in and all that good stuff. Obviously, their record don't matter. Our record looks really good. We got some good wins. We got some okay wins, some okay losses, whatever it may be. But None of that matters once you get in the postseason. If you're here, if you made it this far, down to the Sweet 16, round of 32, whatever round we're in right now, you're here for a reason.
Right.
Plain and simple. And you got to come ready to play.
And they came out here disciplined and ready to play as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, they did. And all I can say is glory to God, man.
You guys just and I mentioned to Justin on the broadcast, I've been doing the Western games, and you see as the season gets into crunch time, the bench kind of shortens a little bit, but you got those guys sitting down there that didn't get in the game. We're still part of that game.
Yeah, and we tell them all the time, you're just as important as the guys that play, right? And even the guys that don't really play that much, they know that their number may be called upon. They've all played in big games. They were all lucky enough to get sprinkled in here or there. And they still may get sprinkled in here or there. You never know. You never know. All those guys on the bench, they all got specialties. They're all different role players. They all do different things with the basketball, and they all can play. Trust me, they all can play.
I know they can. I've seen them.
And in our practice, they get after it too. But shout out to them. They get us ready. They get us ready, and they listen to us, and they go hard. They give us good looks all week, and then they're ready to get in the game as well. So
right.
I know we go 6 deep, but trust me, we got
you
a
can
little
go
bit
deeper
more.
if you need to.
We got a little bit more.
You've got Macomb you've seen. I don't know if you've seen Manual in person. What do you think of the two teams playing tomorrow night?
Manual kind of resembles a little bit to us of Rock Island, just a little bit with their athleticism. They got a little bit more size, but getting up and pressure and stuff like that, stuff that we've seen. We've been prepping for that for months right now. So honestly, between the two teams, I really don't care which one we see. I think if we play Macomb, they know us really well. They scouted us. We've played them already once in a tight ball game. If we play them again, it's going to probably be even tighter. If we play Manual, neither team wants to lose. Both teams are going to go out fighting. Both teams are going to go out swinging. I don't mind if I see them either.
All right. Sounds great, man. Congratulations on the
Thank
win.
you.
Allie Meadows says hi, by the way.
Allie Meadows, my girl. Who else on here?
Well, go ahead and say some shout-out.
My boy Jalen Wallington, Jay Bird. Shout out Dad, man. I love you, Pop. Love you. I'll call you after the game, man.
Pat Swanson says congrats to Rockridge.
Grandma Pat, love you too, baby. Well, you guys did a great job tonight, and you put on a great atmosphere for a great game. That was fun.
Canton's a fun place to play, and that's for sure. The kids like it, I hope.
Fun.
Hey, we're going to talk. Is it okay if we talk to Landon for a minute?
Bully, get up here.
All right. Appreciate it, Coach. Jordan Harris, winning coach tonight, 31-28, Rockridge over Notre Dame. Landon Bull will join us here for a couple of minutes. Well, Landon, when's the last time you played in a gym this warm, buddy?
Oh, man, it's been a minute. I mean, going back in that locker room, I'm trying not to get heat stroke back there. I'm going to be honest with you.
Just turn the shower on cold and standing there, right?
Yeah, I'll be fine with that, man. Something to get out of that heat back there.
11 points, but you had to work for every one of them tonight. Tell me a little bit about this Notre Dame team. They really tried to keep you in check in the first half, and I think they did a nice job.
Yeah, I mean, they have obviously a pretty good player in Owen Dillon. I mean, I think Carson Clemmy came out here and locked him down. I think he only had, 4 points?
He ended up with 4, yeah. So on the other side, you guys played great defense.
Yeah, I mean, we sat down and defended, and they had to earn their buckets too. So I think a big part of this win is defense.
I talked to the coach about, they come into the record of 14-17, very misleading based on the conference that they play, dropping down into the 2A for the postseason tournament. You guys knew what you had coming, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously a big team. I mean, they play all these Peoria schools and the Bloomington schools, and they got a lot of exposure with that, and we knew they were capable of winning, even though the record didn't show it.
Well, they gave you a tough battle tonight, but you guys came through in the end, and I wanted to mention the patience you guys showed against their pressure. They tried to half-court trap you all night long. You guys did a nice job. Only one time you got caught with a 10-second count, but for the most part, well-coached, well-disciplined. You guys, all 5 players are able to come up there, step up, and handle the ball.
Yeah, I mean, we practice those situations every day in practice, and our team is very confident in those situations that we can get it done and pull out the win.
All right, a lot of people chatting. You'll be able to see this when you get home and watch it. All the people that have chatted here tonight, congratulations on a big win. You got Macomb and Manual. You coming down to that game tomorrow, or are you going to watch it on TSSR Live?
I'll probably be watching it on live, man. That's kind of a drive for us, so I watch it from my couch.
All right. Well, we'll get some rest, and that cold shower sounds pretty enticing right now, doesn't it?
It does, sir.
All right, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank
nice
you, sir.
job. That's Landon Bull, and that is the leader of this veteran Rockridge team coming up with a big win tonight, 31-28 over a really, really solid Notre Dame team that gave them a heck of a battle all night long. Justin is wiping off the headset because they're all sweaty after coaching. Oh, come on, you can handle it. All right. I asked him when's the last time he played in the gym this warm, and he said it's been a minute. So, this is
summer
tough on the
workouts
kids.
probably.
And he said the locker room's even hotter.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
You've experienced this thing firsthand.
Oh, yeah.
You don't see 70 degrees in February very often. They turned the boiler off a couple days ago to try to cool this thing down, but it's a brick building.
Yeah.
It's going to heat up. Tonight it's going to get nice and cold and cool back down, and maybe tomorrow night's game will be a different situation. But here tonight it was hot.
And there's no air conditioning in here. It's a forced vent. So there's no – it's basically fans pulling heat out. There's no air being pushed in.
And then you got the hot air of the announcers. And there was, let's see, us, a radio station from Aledo. Let's see, a couple other broadcasters here as well. So, and plenty of TV and newspaper coverage. So you got all that hot air happening as well. All right, well, thanks for doing it, man. We'll see you tomorrow night. Got a 6 o'clock game, Macomb and Manual. It's going to be a good one.
Another good one.
Coach Harris says doesn't care who he gets. He knows it's going to be a good battle tomorrow night for both of those teams.
Yep, another Big 12 team, another Peoria area team. Notre Dame and Manual playing the same conference. Both end up in sectional semifinals. So tells you the strength of that schedule, and then dropping down into 2A shows what it does. So.
Yep, and Macomb, maybe not the strength of schedule. It played some tough teams throughout the season in non-conference games. Macomb Western Holiday Classic, they played some tough competition. So going to be a good one tomorrow night. Big thanks to Johnny Burton, who is handling the camera in this heat tonight. Well done, young man.
He's not sweating like us.
Well, he's a lower elevation by about 10 feet. It's warm up here.
It may be 120, 150 pounds lighter.
Big thanks to Dwayne Hulett, the man behind, the mastermind behind TSSR Live, for giving us the platform tonight. Thank you very much for viewing. A lot of folks viewing, a lot of folks chatting. We appreciate all of you. Congrats once again to the Rockridge Rockets, who moved to the sectional final Friday night against either Manual or Macomb.
The Rams and the Bombers.
All right. For Justin Nelson, I'm BJ Stone. Thanks so much for viewing tonight. We will be here tomorrow night. You'll catch in the stream. We'll get on the air about 5 to 6, and we'll bring you some good basketball from the Alice tomorrow night right here on TSSR Live, presented by MDH. Good night.
Good night, Claire.
I think the stream never wavered for me.